In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 17, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Phillies versus Miami Marlins. The Philadelphia Phillies, holding a strong 42-29 record, are down in southern Florida for the second contest of a 4-game series against the struggling 28-41 Miami Marlins. Philadelphia is coming in hot, fresh off a 3-game sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays that was capped by an 11-4 blowout on Sunday. That victory was their 4th in a row, keeping them within striking distance at just 2.5 games behind the lead in the National League East. Miami is also showing some recent life, having just completed a 3-game sweep of its own against the Washington Nationals with a 3-1 win on Sunday. Philadelphia has been on a tear, winning 6 of its last 7 games and currently riding a 5-game winning streak. They kicked off this series with a 5-2 win Monday night, getting a boost from home runs by Trea Turner and Max Kepler. The offense has been the story, piling up 34 runs during this 5-game stretch for a powerful average of 6.8 runs per game. They're in a prime position to keep swinging hot bats as they face Miami's starting pitcher, Cal Quantrill. He's had a tough go this season, carrying a 5.61 earned run average through 59.1 innings, and batters are hitting a commanding .304 against him in his home stadium. Taking the ball for the Phillies will be Jesus Luzardo, who gets a start against his former team. Luzardo spent 3.5 seasons in Miami and will be facing the Marlins for the second time this season. In his first matchup against them back on April 20th, the 27-year-old lefty was sharp, allowing just 1 earned run over 7 innings while fanning 7 and walking none. The Phillies ended up losing that game 7-5 in extra innings despite his effort, but things could play out differently this time. Luzardo has been dependable all year, giving up 2 earned runs or fewer in 10 of his 14 starts, and he should be able to put his team in a solid position to get the win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. Expect Philadelphia to put up plenty of runs tonight. The Phillies' offense is clicking and should have little trouble scoring against a vulnerable pitcher, making a 6-3 type of victory seem very possible. The Marlins have also played in their share of high-scoring contests, with their games going over the total at a 36-33 clip. Furthermore, Quantrill has a history of getting hit hard by this particular Philadelphia lineup, which only adds to the case for a big offensive night for the road team. The head-to-head history between these clubs also points toward a lot of runs being scored. In their first 3 meetings this season back in April, every game went over the total, with the 2 teams combining for 9, 12, and an explosive 21 runs. This isn't a fluke. The total has gone over in each of the last 6 games these two have played against one another. The trend is even more pronounced when the game is in Miami, where the over has hit in 6 of the last 7 contests. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Detroit Tigers. Interleague action gets underway Tuesday night at Comerica Park in Detroit, where the struggling Pittsburgh Pirates will take on the formidable Detroit Tigers. This marks the beginning of a 3-game set and the first time these two clubs have met this season. This series is a fresh start for both teams' head-to-head record this year. Last season, they faced off in a pair of 2-game series and ended up splitting them right down the middle, showing a fairly even matchup. However, looking at the slightly larger picture, the Tigers have had the upper hand, winning 6 of the last 10 meetings against the Pirates. Detroit has been a solid bet at home, covering the run line in 54.3% of their games at Comerica Park and going 5-4 on the run line in their last 9 games overall. A massive plus 80 run differential, which ranks 3rd in all of baseball, shows they aren't just winning games, but often winning them with authority. The Pirates, on the other hand, have struggled to cover, posting a 34-39 run line record this season and a weak 6-9 record when facing American American League teams. The Tigers also have a clear advantage on the mound with Casey Mize, who has been in excellent form and boasts an impressive 1.54 earned run average in his 3 home starts. Even though Bailey Falter is having a great season for Pittsburgh and the team's bullpen has been outstanding recently, it's impossible to back the Pirates in this spot. The reason is simple: their offense is broken. The Pirates have failed to score more than 2 runs in 7 of their last 9 games. That kind of offensive production simply won't get the job done against a quality opponent like the Tigers. The situation looks even worse for Pittsburgh starter when you consider how well Detroit has been hitting left-handed pitchers. Over the last 10 days, the Tigers have posted an incredible 1.081 OPS and a 196 WRC plus against southpaws. That means they are absolutely punishing lefties right now, and Bailey Falter will have an incredibly tough task trying to slow down this lineup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Pirates' offense is statistically one of the worst in baseball, ranking dead last in key categories like runs per game and slugging percentage. Now they have to face a strong pitcher in Comerica Park, which is known to be one of the more pitcher-friendly ballparks in the league. These factors strongly suggest a low-scoring affair, even if Detroit manages to put up a few runs against Falter. The betting trends back this up, as the under has hit in 8 of Pittsburgh's last 9 games. Detroit has also trended toward the under when playing as a home favorite, with a 9-15-2 record on the over in those situations. When a lineup is as anemic as Pittsburgh's, betting the under is almost always a sound strategy. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Washington Nationals. The Colorado Rockies, holding a dismal 14-57 record, are looking for any positive momentum as they continue their road trip. They find themselves at Nationals Park on Tuesday night for the second matchup of a 4-game series against the 30-41 Washington Nationals, who are also trying to find a way out of a slump. Both of these teams have been piling up losses recently. The Rockies have dropped 3 of their last 5 contests, while the Nationals have fallen in 5 of their last 6. Still, Washington seems to hold a distinct advantage in this game. They've shown a capacity to hit right-handed pitching effectively, and they get a favorable matchup against Antonio Senzatela. The Rockies starter has been getting knocked around, giving up a total of 14 runs over his last 3 outings, which should allow the Nationals' offense to get going early and often. On the other side, Colorado is unlikely to find much success at the plate. Their lineup has been weak against right-handed pitchers all season, and they now have to face Michael Soroka. While Soroka has given up 8 runs over his last 3 starts combined, his performance has been much stronger at home, where he's allowed just 3 runs in his last 2 appearances. He should have what it takes to keep a lid on this struggling Colorado offense. The Rockies' problems on the road are severe, where they have lost an astounding 82.4% of their games this season. In recent history, Washington's pitchers have handled them well, posting a solid 3.34 earned run average and 1.08 WHIP over their last 7 games against Colorado. The Rockies' own pitching staff has been a disaster all year, sitting second to last in the league with a sky-high 5.63 earned run average. That weakness on the mound gives Washington a clear path to putting plenty of runs on the board throughout the game. Washington's recent dominance in this head-to-head series also provides confidence, as they've won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the 2 clubs. That includes taking 2 out of 3 games in a series they played earlier this year. The Rockies are in a deeper rut overall, having lost 7 of their last 8 games, a stretch that featured a demoralizing 3-game sweep by the Phillies in Philadelphia. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the total, the Rockies have been involved in high-scoring affairs lately, with 4 of their last 5 games going over the number. The team is averaging 3.37 runs per game on the season, but has picked up the pace recently, scoring an average of 5 runs in their last 3 contests. They are hitting a mediocre .231 against righties, but they are facing a starter in Soroka who has surrendered 7 runs in his last 3 home starts. The Nationals come in averaging 4.15 runs per game and have been putting up a solid 4.33 runs in their last 3. Their lineup hits .242 against right-handers and gets a great matchup against Senzatela, who has been shelled for 17 runs in his last 3 road starts. All signs point to both offenses doing enough damage to send this game soaring past the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus New York Yankees. The second game of a four-game American League series is on deck for Tuesday evening, with the Los Angeles Angels squaring off against the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. When you look at the starting pitching, there's a clear gap that favors the home team. Kyle Hendricks has had a tough time on the road for the Angels, posting a 1-3 record with a high 6.37 earned run average across 7 starts away from home. On the flip side, Will Warren has been a reliable arm for the Yankees in his 5 home starts, going 3-1 with a 3.86 earned run average and holding opposing hitters to just a .191 average. The difference is just as stark at the plate. Los Angeles ranks in the bottom third of the league with a .690 team OPS and averages just over 4 runs a game. Meanwhile, New York boasts the second best offense in baseball with a .794 team OPS and an average of 5.29 runs per contest. To top it off, the Yankees have controlled this matchup recently, winning 6 of their last 8 games against the Angels. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. If you look at the recent performance of both starting pitchers, neither has been completely dominant. Over his last 7 starts, Kyle Hendricks has a 5.13 earned run average, while Will Warren has been a bit better but still has a 4.19 earned run average in his last 7 outings. This suggests both lineups could find some success, and when these lineups get going, they often do it with the long ball. Both teams possess serious power, with the Angels ranking 4th in the league with 100 home runs and the Yankees sitting right near the top at 2nd with 109 homers. There's a strong trend pointing towards a high-scoring game, as the over is 22-13 this season when the Angels play as road underdogs. With Hendricks on the mound against this dangerous Yankees lineup, the stage is set for fireworks. Hendricks is a flyball pitcher, which is a scary profile when facing a team like New York that ranks 2nd in the league in home run to fly ball rate. The short porch in right field at Yankee Stadium should be a prime target for the Bronx Bombers all night. Even after Hendricks leaves the game, the Yankees will get to attack an Angels bullpen that has given up the most home runs in baseball. But the scoring won't be one-sided. Los Angeles has a real chance to contribute, as Warren got lit up in his only career start against them last season, giving up 8 runs on 8 hits. Another rough outing from him would force the Yankees to rely on their own bullpen earlier than they'd like. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Diamondbacks versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Arizona Diamondbacks are set to clash with the Toronto Blue Jays in a game where both teams are desperate to right the ship after some recent struggles. Arizona comes in with a 36-35 record, which has them sitting near the bottom of the National League West standings. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays hold a 38-33 record, but a recent skid of 3 straight losses has seen them slip down to 3rd place in the competitive American League East Division, making this a critical series for them. When these two teams face off, it's typically an even fight. Over their last 10 head-to-head meetings, the record is split right down the middle at 5 wins apiece. While the Diamondbacks did manage to take the series 2-1 when they met back in 2024, the Blue Jays have a massive advantage when playing on their own turf. So far in 2025, Toronto has been tough to beat at home, boasting a commanding 22-13 record in front of their own fans. Adding to that home field advantage is the memory of what happened the last time Arizona visited Toronto. The Blue Jays completely dominated that series, sweeping the Diamondbacks and outscoring them by a lopsided margin of 19-9. With that kind of recent success at home against this opponent, and with plenty of motivation to get back in the race for the top spot in the American League East, the Blue Jays have the momentum they need to secure a much-needed win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. If there's one thing both of these clubs can do, it's hit the baseball. The lineups are the clear strength for each team, and that has led to plenty of high-scoring games when they meet. In their last 10 head-to-head matchups, the over has cashed 6 times with 2 pushes, and 8 of those 10 games saw the teams combine for 9 or more runs. History strongly suggests we're in for another offensive showdown. The recent form for both teams also points directly to a high-scoring game. For the Diamondbacks, the over is 6-4 in their last 10 games overall, a stretch where their pitching has been hit hard to the tune of 5.5 runs allowed per game. The Blue Jays' trend is even more pronounced, with the over hitting in 8 of their last 10 contests. Their pitching staff has also been generous, giving up more than 5 runs per game during that same span. With both teams struggling on the mound, expect the hitters to take advantage. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.